Saraswati Sisukunj Bhagwala Borsad, English Medium Standard 5th Subject EVS. And we are talking about chapter 14, A Shelter Show High. So, in pre-task, what we did in the last video? So, we are talking about Gaurav Jani. Gaurav Jani is a traveler, right? And he started his journey from Mumbai to Delhi. From Delhi, he continued with Manali, right? And from Manali, he go towards Kashmir, Jammu Kashmir, right? And in Jammu Kashmir, he visited Leh, means that Leh which is in Ladakh. Actually, this Gaurav Jani wanted to discover, or we can say wanted to visit those parts who are very remote areas of India. Remote area means it is too difficult to reach over there. So those part that Gaurav Jani want to visit. So he visited Leh. In Leh, many boys, many children followed him, right, and shouting Julie, Julie. In that, Julie means welcome. Then he visited Tashi's house. We understand what is the speciality, or we can say what is the special thing about Tashi's house. 2-floor house and roof. They are living in the first floor, and second floor is for storage, right? So that all thing about that we learn. After that, Gaurav Jani moves out from the Leh. Again he go further in his journey, and at that time our video gets end. Okay, so now today we'll learn what happened, what are those peoples who are there on the green grassland. He was actually moving towards the plains of Changtang, and suddenly he found that green grassland with many sheep and goats and peoples. Sheep and goats were grazing over there on the green grass. He was surprised that who are these peoples who are living on the height of 5,000 meters up from the land. So he visited that place, and he found that this community is Changpas. The community peoples are mostly moving on, means they are not being at the same place every time. They always moves from the place. They are actually living with goats and sheep. Goats and sheep are treasure for them. Their Gaurav Jani made Namgyal, and Namgyal gave them enough information about Changpas. So let's see what was the information given by Namgyal. Now Changpas are community that lives on the mountains. This community has 5,000 peoples in that. These Changpas get everything whatever they want from goat and sheep, like milk, meat, skin, tents, goat, sweaters, wool, everything. Whatever they want, they get it from the sheep and goats. If a family has more animals, sheep and goats, so that family is considered as more rich and important. The Changpas graze their goats and sheep on the higher places of mountain. They have believed that if they will do this, if goats will graze on the higher mountains, they will get very fine and soft hairs. They stay on these mountains in every kind of difficult condition, because these goats and sheep can live here on the mountains only. That is why. And these goats and sheep are their life and their livelihood. They are very quick packers, we can say. In 2.5 hours they can pack everything with the tent and all kind of stuffs that they have on the place, right? And they can move on. And within no time they just can unpack their all luggage and they can put a tent. With Namgyal, Gaurav Jani went in the tent of this kind of people. They are called Changpas. The tent of Changpas are called Rabor. This tent is made with the help of yak hairs and woven to make its long strips. And these strips are stitched together. This tent can be protect them from so ice cold winds even in the very difficult condition. The strips are tightly tied with the 9 sticks. He observed that inside the tent ground is dug about 2 feet under, means they are sleeping inside this pit, and tent is on the surface of the ground. They are sleeping below the level of the earth, because over there they will not get heavy wind. The famous Pashmina shawl, which is just equal to 6 sweater, that is also made by these goats and sheep, which is from Changpa community. The threads of this wool is so much thick that it cannot be handled by machine. So in Kashmir, this Pashmina shawl is made by hand with embroidery. When Gaurav visited tent of this Changpa community, actually he was able to stand in the tent. So he compared the tent with his tent, Actually, his tent was so small that he was just able to sleep inside the tent. But the tent which is with this Changpa community, it is just like a big room of his Mumbai flat. There was an opening on the top of the tent so smoke from the chulas can go out. Namgyal said that this design of a tent is more than 1000 years old. Means from 1000 years they are following the same method of making tents. This tent protects these Changpas from extreme cold weather conditions. What do you think? Which kind of extreme cold condition? The extreme cold condition means in winter this temperature goes many Celsius below 0 degree, and wind blow means speed of the wind, it is like 70 kilometer per hour. It is so speedy. You can imagine that you are sitting on a bus, right, and the bus speed is 70 kilometers per hour. Near the rebo means near the tent they have one place where they are keeping their goats and sheep. That place is surrounded by stone walls which are very small. And how they build that? They are keeping one stone on another and they build that area. That area is called lekhas. The lekha are made up of stones. Every family keep a special mark on their animals. Every morning, the women and young girls count the animals and let them go out for grazing. He spent few days with Changpas and suddenly it was a time to move on for him. This return journey will take him away from the different and special part of the earth towards towns which looks totally different from this world. Now he take the different way from Leh. Now he is going towards Srinagar from Kargil. He has seen many different buildings while going towards the Srinagar. He stayed for many days in Srinagar and he was amazed by looking the houses which are there in the Srinagar. Some houses are on the mountain and some are in the water, right? Water houses, right? It is called houseboats. Here are few pictures from his album. Let's see that pictures and let's understand the information. Tourists who comes towards Srinagar, they love to live in the houseboats. Houseboats can be 80 feet long and 8 to 9 feet wide. Here you can see the picture of houseboat. In Srinagar, many families lives in donga. It also look like houseboat, but it is the manufacturing is different and it is called dongas. Many families live on the waters. This kind of dongas are seen in Dal Lake and Jhelum River. It looks like houseboat from outside, but if you'll go inside, there are many rooms inside this boat. Many beautiful carvings we can see on the ceiling of houseboat. It looks like puzzle and that is called Khatamband. Now he is passing from Kashmir villages. He has seen many houses which is made of stones and covered by mud. These stones are kept one on another and which is coated by mud. Sometimes they are using wood also to make this kind of house. Some kind of windows, it is very special that comes out from the wall. Here you can see. There are beautiful carvings and design in the wooden pattern which makes them more wonderful. See the picture. Some old houses are made with beautiful stones and they create beautiful arc nearby the window or sometimes nearby the door and gates. Here you can see how mihrab look like. He is saying that he doesn't have any imagination that in one state only he will see the different type of houses. Like in Leh, people are living on the mountain in tents. In Srinagar, people are living on the water in houseboat which is called donga. In one state only he has seen many different kind of living sculptures. He took photo of shikara too. See here, this kind of shikaras are seen in the Dal Lake. Every lane in the Kashmir has this kind of bakeries, you can see here. Because Kashmir people do not cook rotis or chapatis, they are just buying it from the bakeries directly. Now he is moving towards Jammu and he has seen same kind of houses of cement, steel and bricks. But he is lucky that he has seen many different houses in Leh and in Srinagar. So now from here his return journey starts. After this long journey, Loner and Gaurojani are about to reach Mumbai. His heart felt heavy. He felt that his motorcycle Loner don't want to go back to Mumbai. He was so happy that he has seen and learned many different new things. He also brought back some memories, videos and photographs in his camera. But it was not end. When Gaurav Jani and Lunar will feel bored in the city of cement and brick, again they will go to visit these wonderful places of India. So this was whole chapter about excitement and journey towards north, right? And the name was A Shelter So High, because Gaurav Jani visited on the topmost part where peoples are living 5,000 meters up from the ground, right? So this was one kind of adventure of Gaurav Jani, and that we have seen. I also told you during the class that there is full video on the YouTube. It is available of 1 hour and 33 minutes in which you can see this whole chapter live in front of you with Gaurav Jani and his motorbike. So please visit that. Thank you.